Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Woo, liftoff on another episode. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. This is Tarot Today Live. I'm Dax Carlisle. I'm coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona, and live from Amarillo, Texas. The one, the only, Mary Brown. Hey, Mary.
Hey, Dax. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Start of another week. Exciting.
Yes, very.
So we are live streaming video on YouTube and simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio, the audio portion of the show. If you're listening in on Blog Talk and want to see us, you can just go over to tarottoday.live. That's right, www. It's a URL, tarottoday.live, and you can pop on there and just, I think at the top of the page, you're going to see the YouTube live. Click on that and join us in the comments. We use it like a chat room. You can chat with us during the show. You can ask for a mini reading in there. And you can also call into the show. So if you're watching us on YouTube, you can actually dial into the Blog Talk Radio studio and talk with us live. We're one of the only shows that do this. Live audio, call in. Mary, you want to tell them how they can call into the show?
Yes, they can use their phone to make a phone call. And the number to call is 714-816-4628. Again, that number is 714-816-4628. Be sure to press the number 1 on your dial pad because it
right there
raises your
on the
skinny.
scroll.
Yes, the number 1
There's the number.
raises your skinny little alien arm in the air. So we know you want to talk to us, and you can ask for a mini reading. You can ask about just about anything metaphysical, right? I think we have it all covered. Crystals, chakras,
Right.
Reiki, numerology, tarot, oracle cards. What do you want to know, people?
Yeah, so we already got a couple of callers in there, and I'm going to say hello in the chat to those that are watching us on the YouTube live. They're in the comments with us.
I'll wave hello. Hello, chat people.
Hey, everyone. Okay, yeah, so hopefully we'll get
YouTubers.
fun YouTubers in there chatting with us, and we got a great show for you today. It's mostly open lines and free readings all show long, but we are going to talk a little bit about life path numbers and numerology. What is your life path number? But before we go there, Mary, what did you get for the card of the day?
I drew a card from the Mystic Martian Oracle.
I love it. The Mystic Martian.
By Lisa Porter. It's adorable. It's weird and adorable. And the card that I drew is crop circles. Crop circles.
Ooh.
I love the artwork that she does on this. And, the message about crop circles is actually a message about messages, signs, curiosity. Look for signs and messages today and, be a little curious, delve into something. Crop circle is a great symbol for that, really, when you think about it, because it's like, what is it? Where did it come from? Who did it? Is it a hoax? Is it real? Is it extraterrestrial? Is it spiritual? Like, what is it? So, take that, into your day, and that idea of like, get curious about something, find out.
Yeah.
What did you get? What's the numbers for the day?
Let's look at the numbers. Oh, hey, seeing that I have my coffee cup out here real quickly, I'm just going to tell everybody, if you want to buy us a cup of coffee, go over to coffee.tarottoday.live, buy us a coffee. There's our tip jar, coffee.tarottoday.live. And if you're getting something out of the show, if you got a mini reading from us, maybe you learned something on the show today. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to start with the card. So I got the 7 of Swords, and I love this one in Ciro Marchetti's Grand Lux deck, and swords are thoughts and ideas. So I want you to pay attention to the 2 swords over by the window over here. And look how he already has all these swords. He's got 5 swords, and he's sneaking around there in the castle. He's trying to figure out how to grab those last 2 swords, And I think the message here today for all of us is, don't overreach. Don't be looking for the next shiny object. You already have all the thoughts and ideas that you could possibly use to gain abundance in your life. And that's what it's about today, because it's the 17th. So 1 + 7 is 8. Abundance. That's right. And the entire date reduces down to, let's see, what was it, Mary? 8, and the month is 1, so that's 9, and 6 is 15. So 1 + 5 is 6. So it's a 6 date, and that's a return to balance and harmony. So, seek out that balance as you're going after the abundance, and work with what you already got. You already have fantastic ideas. You don't need to be stretching for those last 2 swords over there, So that's what I got, Mary.
Awesome. Awesome sauce.
So, numerology of the day, card of the day. Before we get into life paths, stay tuned. And actually, we're going to go to phone calls, but this is a great opportunity. Whether you're listening in archive, maybe you're watching this later on, or while you're live with us right now, just go down into the description here on the YouTube video. And if you go down there, you're going to find a link that'll take you to a PDF that lists a little bit about each of the 9 life paths, 1 through 9. So you all can go look at that while we're taking a couple phone calls, and then we'll talk to you about how do you calculate that, why, what's good about life path, what is that anyway? Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that. And on Thursday we're doing your personal year number, and so we're kind of like giving you some of the numerology to work with, and it's really easy. It's not hard. And if you're a professional tarot reader, like a lot of our watchers and listeners are, or what are you supposed to say, Mary? Viewers and listeners.
Viewers.
A lot of time. Yeah. If you're a professional, you can add this into your
toolbox.
Your tarot toolbox. Yeah. So we'll get to that in a little bit. Meanwhile, we're going to talk to a couple of our callers here. Area code 916 is waiting the longest. Hello, 916. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, how are you?
Really?
Hi.
I'm Christine. I'm calling from California.
California.
Christine,
How are you?
Christine?
Allie.
Okay. I got to
Good.
put the name in there on the line.
Yeah.
What did you want to talk about?
You gave me many options. I guess I'll do a mini reading. Maybe
Yeah.
focused
Well,
on
do you have a
my
specific question? Is there something?
relationship more?
Relationship?
If my relationship is gonna blossom or gonna go the wrong way, or we're gonna hit bumps. I'm not
Which
sure.
way is it headed? Right.
Little bumps I'm okay with. Big
Yeah,
bumps.
right. You don't want to get tossed up into the air. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good visual.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
I'm getting the Hanged Man, and if you're, if you're out there in Radio Land, you're not seeing me hold up this card, but I'm going to hold up the card for our YouTube viewers there, because it's really pretty there. And he's hanging upside down there. He's not actually the Hanged Man. He was not hung. He hanged himself. He did it to himself, and the whole reason was so he could look at the world 180 degrees upside down from how he normally, how the rest of us see everything, and get new insight, basically, is what's going on. It also sometimes indicates a delay. I feel like your whole thing with this relationship thing is with this particular one is like, you, and tell me if I'm wrong, Christine, but it feels to me like you feel hung up. That's literally what the card's about not, it's not progressing maybe as quickly or to where you want it, maybe.
Yeah, you're correct.
That's what I thought. Now, when
Yes,
I look at the rest of the cards, because my question in mind was, is this going somewhere? It actually is. It actually is. In fact, I got 4 out of 5 yes cards on that question. So it's a pretty strong yes that it can go where you want it to go. It's not a solid 5 yeses. So, maybe there's a little bit left to do, but it's stronger than a 3 card yes. So I would say it's more than likely heading that direction. There might just be a little bit of a delay. And as I look at the cards, so with the Hanged Man, I think what it is, and that's the central focus card, you're wanting it to move a little faster, but it's also indicating, remember what I said about it also means like looking at it differently. Maybe you need to, if whatever you're doing in the relationship isn't working, then don't keep doing that. Do something different, and so maybe you need to look at it with fresh eyes, take a step back, things like that. I'm also getting cards like the 10 of Wands that talks about, overburdening or burdens in your life, and the 9 of Swords. Isn't that the 9? Yeah. 9 of Swords. Chiro puts all Roman numerals on his, even his minors, Mary, in this deck. Throws me off a couple times, but that's swords are all thoughts and ideas, you see the guy looking in, and she's having nightmares and stuff. It's too many thoughts. And, like there's burdens blocking you or something along those lines. So let's see what Mary's getting. Maybe we'll get
blocking
a little more
me or
insight.
blocking him?
What's that? Say it again.
Blocking me or blocking him? Because I'm like, I'm not necessarily needing it to go fast. I just need it to go good,
Yeah. Well, I definitely think it's on his end. Any overthinking. Well, I don't know. I think the overthinking with the swords is a little more you, but I think that the burden part, it seems like he has a lot on his plate is what I'm getting. What are you getting, Mary?
Well, look, I know you need it to go good, and I think it is going to go good. Okay. The final outcome card is the 4 of Wands. Hey, we love the 4 of Wands. And for those watching on YouTube, this is from the Shadowlands Tarot by Monica Bordinsky. Great deck for this type of year. But anyways, 4 of Wands is great. It's like we want that stability of the 4. We want to be happy, the couple under the canopy, the sense of mutual appreciation and balance. And it's lovely, right? But we're not there yet, I do have the 7 of Pentacles that comes up, and it talks about, things developing over time, and slowly we allow this to grow and keep nurturing it, but the central focus card right now in the present energy is the Tower card. So, and the King of Wands is right above it. So I feel like that's talking about him. Like he's kind of like, something's either going to like shake him up, or kind of disrupt, the routine of all the stuff that he's maybe dealing with, and the sort of waiting and taking our time kind of thing. Something's got to like kind of shake that up a little bit to wake him up to realize like, hey, this is happening now, regardless of what all you have on your plate. If you want this, make it happen, dude. So I think, he's just got to
Yeah.
get into that mindset a little bit. And I don't think it's going to take long for that to happen. But yeah, that's so from your perspective, what I would watch for is like maybe you have like, a moment or a day where it feels like something shifted with him. Like it feels like something's changed or something.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden he's like really
Uh-huh.
into this whole thing. He's really into you anyway. He's really into, really building something that's going to have, some stability and, a definitive structure to it. So that's what I got. And, right. Blessings with all of that, but yeah,
Yeah.
watch for him to seem like something woke him up.
Thanks for
Okay.
the call,
Okay, and I
Kristen.
think that's what I've been waiting for. I just don't know how long to wait. Thank you.
Well, stick with it
You're
because the cards are definitely leaning towards something coming out of this. So it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest
Thanks
of
for
your.
calling.
Tip out, I told him. I'm putting my foot down.
Oh
There you
gosh.
go.
There you go. There you go. And I did want to mention real quick. Look at this, Mary. I mentioned about the 10 of wands. Well, right next to it was this eight of coins. And eight abundance is the number today. But look at what's going on in the card there. See how he's like really focused on what he's doing. I feel like that's what's going on with the guy. He's
Right.
focused on that and dealing with a lot of stuff, And I also, by the way, I did get the Fool card. That was at the very end. Fits in nicely with what you were talking about because he just needs to make the leap.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll have that tower moment, right?
Yeah. And, how often do we say that? Hopefully you have the tower moment. But, to me, it's not always like a bad card. None of the cards are always bad cards. There is that positive thing where sometimes, we have to be sort of like shaken up to be able to take action or to just wake up. I think of, the tower and then, after the dust clears, it's like all of a sudden you can see what it was obscuring. You can see better in that way. Sometimes we build up our own towers in our minds or in our lives where we can get just too sort of stuck because of it. But look at this, Dax. I am using this spread cloth today. I found it on Amazon.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen one like that. It's got runes like we were talking about on Saturday.
It's got runes and numbers and days of the week and all of the months of the year. It's a great pendulum cloth for dousing, but also
Oh,
for
you can
throwing
douse on it. Yeah, I see
cards
that.
down. Yeah, it's got all the astrological symbols. It's got all the runes. It's got
I like how it's
everything.
dark.
Chakras.
I like the dark and the outer edge. I mean, that would be really good for Halloween too.
Yeah, it's like this beautiful, shiny blue color.
Gorgeous. It's hard to make out the blue on the camera, but I kind of see it in the light. I can see it.
Yeah.
That's really neat. You should
it's still got all the folds in it though. That's a problem.
You should always have,
like that.
You got to iron it. I know. It's like what I do, especially because a lot of them are delicate. I will lay a towel on top of it and then iron it with steam iron, and it comes out really good. It's always good to have them spread cloths, folks, because it keeps your cards clean as well as looking pretty. So there's a practical thing about spread cloths. And when we did this segment on how to shuffle your cards, and we talked about the chaos spread where you just push all the cards out, you need to be doing that on a big spread cloth. You don't want to do it on a table unless you've really cleaned and sanitized it, plus they move easier if you have one of the, my spread cloth, one of them, some of them are cloth, but some of them are more like silk, and the cards just spread, and then you pull them back in, and it's a lot faster and easier when you're using a spread cloth. But the main thing is keeping the cards clean.
Yes, that is the main thing.
That is awesome. So let's see. We got another phone call. Let's take that one real quick. Area code 850. Caller, are you there? What's your name? Where are you calling from? 850.
It's Michelle, and I'm calling from Florida.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, how are you?
Great.
Good. How are
going on
you?
with
What did
you?
you want to talk about today?
Well, I'm watching my grandbabies because my daughter's been having contractions, but she's only 10% infaced and 1 centimeter dilated. So I'm like,
Okay.
I don't know if I should take her kids back or keep them. I mean, the hospital's sending her home. You know, she's got to be so many centimeters dilated before they'll admit her. Like, when do you see her having the baby?
Well, do you are you checking in with her and seeing how she's feeling and stuff? Maybe just see if she can handle, what is going on, as far as because I mean, she's having contractions, 1 centimeter dilated. You're watching the kids. I would say stay on the ground with this because it's moment to moment. When do I see her having the baby? I don't know. It's a total fun question though. I have the Knight of Swords that comes up. So look, it's
Oh my God.
that's the fastest moving knight there is. So, hold tight, hold on to those grandbabies, because sounds like another one's going to be here like really soon. But let's see what Dax is getting.
Yes, definitely. Michelle, do you know the sex of the baby yet?
Oh my gosh! And we've already had them. We already had them for a week. I was like, oh my gosh, man, those wore out.
Worn out. Do you know the sex of the new baby though?
A female.
Okay.
She's got 3 boys now, and then the girls on the way.
Cool.
Oh wow! So she's got big brothers.
She's finally getting her. Yeah, she's finally getting.
Yeah, because right away I got the Page of Cups, and if you look in, I know you can't see it on radio, but you can see it on YouTube. The way Chiro has done this page is very feminine, and I think it's talking about her. I think it's talking about she has the potential to be really artistic. We're getting the artistic in here. Everything's looking really great. Idyllic family life, with that 10 of Cups, right? Strength card, there's that energy of the day, that 8 energy of abundance. And Mary, just like you got, I also got a Knight as well. So we both got Knights, and my Knight of Wands. All the Knights though are as far, and that's my timing card. And so as far as timing goes, it is the Master Illuminator number 11. So I'm trying to see where I'm getting a feeling on that. 11 reduces to 2. So, it could be as quick as a couple of days. It could be as fast as 11 hours. I mean, it's definitely not going to be 2 weeks, but I'm getting the 2 energy. So that's what I'm getting on that, Michelle. I hope it helps you out there.
Yeah.
So
Congratulations.
So how soon do you see her having the baby?
Well, that's what I just said. Did you not hear me? I said Knights are 11. It's the Master Illuminator number. It reduces to 2. We're working with the number 2 and the number 11. It could be as quick as 11 hours, maybe 2 days from now. I don't think it's 2 weeks. Obviously, it's not 2 weeks, 2 months, So, okay, what do we, if we're doing timing around the birth, I'm getting 2 energy, 2 and 11. Could also be a date, but yeah, that's not looking right because we're already in.
What if it's at 2:11 p.m. or a.m.? That would be wild.
It could totally be that, or 11:02 p.m.
You gotta call back and let us know.
Yeah,
let us know if any of those numbers made sense.
Wow.
I mean, it's hard
will.
doing predictions like that,
And while
it-
it's in progress, I mean, the
it's in
baby's coming
progress.
out.
It's coming regardless. I was excited that the first thing I got, Mary, was more of not the timing, but information that she's going to be artistic, and you have things to look forward to. That's more fascinating to me than when it's going to pop out. It's going to pop out.
Yeah.
But thanks for the call, Michelle. We got to get going here. Appreciate the call. Enjoy the rest of your week there. And I'm going to check in the chat because I know Ellie's in there,
Hey,
one of our
Ellie.
Tarot Guild members, and she's a certified reader. We've had her on the show. And Growing Old with Purpose is back.
Hey.
Another one of our
I don't
members.
know which hand to wave with. I'm like,
Yeah. And so folks in there are asking about getting added to the list. And so let us explain. We don't do a list. The way we do it is one of two ways. If you want like a general reading, you want us to pull a card for you, just say pull a card. Just in the chat, in the comments on the YouTube live, you're going to type in pull a card, and Mary and I'll pull a card. If you have a specific question, put a very specific question in the comments, and we know that you want us to read on that question. So that's the two ways you do readings. You don't have to wait. You don't have to get on a list. Just start popping it in there. Pull a card for me, or here is my really specific question. Will I get that job that I just interviewed for? Put a very, very specific question in there. So one of those two things. Otherwise, alternatively, you can call into the show, 714-816-4628. We would love to chat with you live on air, but feel
that's the
free
number one.
Don't forget to press 1 on your dial pads so we know you want to be live on air with us. Looking to see Girl Wake Up podcast. Oh, shout out to your podcast, hon. Any new love coming in for me? Oh, do you got your love deck?
I have the love deck.
We're gonna pull something on that. Yeah.
The magical love deck.
While you're pulling that, real quickly, Carly asks about doing a reading. Yeah, so just do what we said, Carly. Pop in your specific question, or say pull a card if you just want us to pull a card.
Okay. And what love card comes up here? Love centers, and the number 8 comes up with this. So you're talking about new love coming in for you, something around the number 8, possibly maybe the 8th of November is when, this new love enters your life, and it's centering, which is good. It's not somebody that's going to like knock you off balance, not somebody that is, you're just going to be like, I can't deal with it because that happens. But yeah, so that's what I'm getting. What about you, Dax?
Oh gosh. I'm looking here. I was trying to pull just one card on this, and I just kept pulling cards. It's like, okay, I got the Lover's card. So there you go.
Yay.
Probably you don't need anything else besides the Lover's card. It's like, but yet again, another synchronicity going along with our 8 energy from the date today. It's the 8 of Cups. There may be things that you need to deal with, baggage you need to get, rid of. You already have everything that you need for this. 9 of Wands, you've been through it before. You're prepared. You've got what you need. You may need a little more structure. So the 4 of Coins shows up. 4 is structure in numerology. So you may, a little structure around this can't hurt. In other words, this is the thing, like from the movie, The Secret, Mary, and the guy's manifesting the Maserati, and he's doing everything right. He's doing a full 5 sensory visualization. He's smelling the leather in the Maserati, holding the steering wheel in his mind, hearing the door close, starting that engine up, what he sees, smells, hears, the whole thing. But the thing I had about that movie was the guy is sitting there in his living room and he's not doing anything. It's like the Maserati is not going to show up on the lawn or in your driveway just because you're thinking about it. You actually have to take the fourth step, which is stepping into the real world and taking action. And that's very interesting. You know, I never thought about that. Teaching the steps over the last 25 years, married, law of attraction. And I never thought, it's like, oh yeah, fourth step is four, it's structure, it's taking a step, you know, in the material world. It's so interesting, you know, and that's why I got the, by the way, that's why the four of coins came up. You know, you need to know what you're looking for, the lover's card, you know, be able to visualize the type of relationship, and then you need to take action. I mean, that may be going out, you know, finding meetups that folks that have similar interests hang out, and then maybe you meet someone there, or you meet friends and they introduce you to somebody. You got to take action in the real world. So that's the message I'm getting. Before we do any other,
Thanks for the question.
thanks for the question. That was really good. Don't worry, we'll get back to the chat. Oh, Carly's a Gemini. Hi. Oh no, wait, I'm Aries. What? Pull a card. Oh, tell you about your Gemini. Oh, are you dating a Gemini? Oh, and you're an Aries. Oh yeah. Well, we'll come back to the questions in the chat in just a minute here. There's plenty of room to dial in. 714-816-4628. Dial in, press 1 on your dial pad. So we know you want to be live on air while we are discussing a little bit about life path numbers. So here we go. We're going to talk a little bit about life path number. What are life path numbers? Why is this even important? So there are 9 numbers in your numerology chart, and a few of them come from your birth date. And those are the easiest ones to work with, especially if you're like a professional reader and you want to add this to your toolbox, so to speak. And what I tell people about life path is it's very similar to sun signs in astrology. It's arguably the most important number in your chart. And the way you calculate it is very simple. You take your entire birth date, take the month like May, so you make that into a 5, and then the day, and then the year. Just add all the numbers across. You're probably going to end up with another 2-digit number. Add those numbers together. Keep adding them together till you get to a single digit, 1 through 9. That's your life path number. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the show, you'll find in the comments on this video down below, you will find a PDF that'll tell you a little bit about each number. So after you've calculated your number, then you can go look at that list. And I'm going to actually bring that list up here. And so just as an example, and this is really simple stuff, folks, you know, just think of the 9 numbers. You can kind of get an intuitive feeling about them just by the number itself. So I'm not going to go through all the life path numbers, but let's just look at 2. So think of that, 2 things, 2 people coming together. 2's one piece. They make great mediators, counselors. You know, if your life path is 2, or even your attitude number is 2, destiny number is 2, you know, they make really good mediators, really good counselors, teachers. They're very loyal. When they say they love you, they actually mean it. You can really count on them. They welcome companionship and the chance to share their lives with someone special. They often feel like if they're not in a relationship, they feel like something's missing in their life. The flip side is that if they are threatened or feel threatened or pushed to the wall, you know, they can become the terrible 2s, if you know what I mean. But ultimately, they don't want conflict. Okay, so there's an example of the 2 energy and what a life path 2 would be like. And so you can calculate your life path number and go to this list. I'm going to throw in a little caveat though. And that is that sometimes when you're adding the numbers together, before you get that final reduction, remember I said you keep adding them together. When you'll get 2-digit numbers, just keep adding them together to get a single digit. Before that last digit, before you get down to that single digit, if the double digit number has the same numerals, so 1 1, 2 2, like 11, 22, 33, 44, those are master numbers. So in addition, you still have that energy. Like if you're a master illuminator number 11, that still reduces to the 2. You're still a 2, but there's greater potential. There's more that you're supposed to do. The master number 11s, for instance, are supposed to illuminate the rest of us. They're supposed to bring the bigger concepts, to either individual students, like an apprentice situation, or a few students, or like up to as many as, say, 500 people. Over that's more in the purview of the master number 33, the master teacher, master healer number. So there's an example of some of the master numbers. 22 is the master builder number. 44 is the master manifestor number. If your life path is 44, you can it's like the genie. You snap your fingers, you can manifest instantaneously, whereas the rest of us, take a little bit of work. So master number 11 is rare. Any master number is rare. 22 is rarer than 11. 33 is really rare. 44 is almost never. Almost no one has master number 44. It occasionally happens, but it's really super rare. So that's how you calculate your life path number. It's important because you don't want to swim upstream. So once you know some of the dynamic, then you're able to get in alignment with that energy. But of course, just like the sun signs, and I always laugh at people that go crazy about their sun signs. And, back in the day, we look them up in the newspaper. Now they're readily available through apps and on websites and all over the net. And you get your, sun sign message of the day kind of thing. But there is an entire natal chart, people. There's not just the sun part of the chart. Same thing with numerology. It's not just the life path. There's a lot more to your chart. There's your attitude number, which comes from your month and the day. And there is the destiny number, soul number, personality number. Also from the date, you can find out where you are in your 9-year cycle. We all live through these cycles that are 9 years long. And so knowing your personal year number is really important too. And we're going to be talking about that on Thursday. But without getting people's full birth name and all that kind of stuff, Mary, so you're a professional reader and you sit down with a client, you can just ask their birth date, and quickly you can calculate their personal year number, their life path number, and their attitude number as well, and get a lot of information from that. So there you go. That's life path numbers. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message on YouTube or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're everywhere. What do you think, Mary?
We're everywhere. Well,
About
what do I think about life path numbers? I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm a 22, and the master builder. Well, shouldn't I have already built something masterly? What happens? It's like, I almost feel like if you're a master number, it's like the pressure. Oh my God, the pressure, the expectation. Am I wrong in thinking that way?
I wouldn't worry about it that much, but it's just an indication. And just like the life path number in general, that, you have certain, what's the word for it, Mary? Predilections. You have certain possibilities, skills, areas you could go into. It doesn't mean you have to, like I said, the master number. So the master 22 number reduces to the 4 energy structure. And a lot of people that have served in the military or the fire department or nurses, or they're all 4s, and you and I both were in the military. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, at that point in your life, you followed the 4 energy. And I feel now you're actually following more of the master number 22 22 energy, the master builder number. So what that is okay, so 11's the master illuminator, teaching, illuminating. It's also learning. It's learning as well as teaching. So that's why the pages are actually 11 in tarot. So then the next number, 22, the master builder, they're building the things that allows the 11 to teach. And then the 33, which is the master healer, master teacher number, is 11 and 22 together. So 33s tend to build their own structures so that they can teach to like vast audiences. So I'm a 33. So I build big websites and do, YouTubing and radio for the last 13 years, and trying to reach as many people as we can with the higher concepts, information, how the universe works, the law of attraction, tarot, numerology, all that kind of thing. I don't think you're not doing the 22 number. I mean, you're building all this along with me here. You're doing master builder 22 stuff. Now, does that mean that I don't feel that there are some things that you've missed? And I definitely think there are.
Well,
and this is,
oh
and,
my
and
goodness.
I'll give you a hint, because you already know.
I do.
Yes, think about it. Master number 22, master builder. When you talk about building, okay, it's not just structure. It's not just like a physical building, obviously, it's a lot of other things, like this radio show that we've been doing, and now we're doing YouTube, the websites, the tarot guild, all that kind of thing. But also master builders express and communicate with art.
Oh,
Doing your art is building. Creating a tarot deck is building, or an oracle deck is building. All that's building.
yeah.
So
I
that's
guess I
the
didn't
only
think of
part
it
that
that
you
way.
haven't done yet is you need to get your deck out and do more art.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well,
So there you go.
I like the whole, life path number thing now. I think it makes sense.
I think it's great. It adds a lot of additional information, especially you're about to pull cards with a client. You can talk about their attitude, life path number, and where they are in the 9-year cycle. And that's going to inform the reading. And it's something you can do really easily with just their birth date. And I did want to mention, remember in school, we used to stack bigger numbers and add them together. There's multiple ways to add the numbers. And I always tell people it's important to actually run your birth date through the possibilities. There's basically 3. One is the one I just told everybody about. You add the numbers across and keep adding them to reduce to a single digit. The other way is you stack the numbers. So the month, the day, and the year, Mary, you add them together, you'll get a 4-digit number. You add those numbers together and keep reducing, you get to a single digit. The third way is you reduce the month first. So the 11th month reduces to 2. So November is 2. The day you were born, say the 16th, that's 7. The year, you add the 1976, whatever, you add that together, you reduce that. So you reduce the month, the day, and the year first, and then add those numbers together. Those are 3 different ways to add the birth date numbers. And the reason why you want to do all 3 when you're first calculating somebody's number is you're looking for the master number, because it may show up in the string, it may show up in the stacked, or it may show up in the breakdown method where you reduce them separately and then add them together. So do all three and see if a master number shows up.
Cool.
Yeah. So Thursday, we're going to do personal year numbers. Yay. Oh, by the
Boy.
way, callers and people in the comments, I mean, we can calculate your life path number real quick if you haven't already done it. Or if you want me to talk about your life path number, if you've already done the calculation, adding your day and month and year together, getting it down to that single digit, I can talk about that too.
Awesome.
Let's go back to the chat, Mary.
Okay.
And see if we got any questions in there.
I will shuffle.
I think you're up next. Okay, I think what Carly was asking about her, she says, my Gemini died. Oh, so this is like a past life thing. She wants you to pull a card. Can you tell me anything? Tell me something about her,
what?
Her died Gemini, I guess. She lost her Gemini. I don't know what, she didn't say what she wants to know.
She lost her Gemini.
I'm assuming her partner that was a Gemini passed. I'm assuming. Let us know in the chat there, Carly. Carly says, I really would like to hear anything if we can help. Okay.
Anything. Oh, so like a message from a past loved one?
Yeah.
Through the cards?
Let's just see what comes up.
I have a few Oracle decks that are exactly for that, but I don't have them handy. Okay. And I'm up next. Well, this is actually a pretty good deck for this, Shadowlands. So let's see what comes up. Just pulling a card on this. I really like this. And I still like it. Wow. Okay. I got an interesting reading on this. I'm just going to go with it. But, the first thing that comes up is a Page of Swords. And I feel like it's saying, like, yes, there's a message. Okay. Pages are messengers.
Yeah.
The thing that's really interesting is this triplet of cards right here. We have the Lover's card, so that love, I always say love never dies, even though people that we love do die. And that was actually the Magician card I showed you instead of the Lover's card. We got the Magician, the Lovers. Is that the Lover's card? Yes, that the Lover's card, Magician, Lovers, and Three of Pentacles.
Oh. So
on some level, and I would say, and how do I want to say this? What is that message? It's like on some level, we're still a team, I feel is what the message is. On some level, because the love is still there. Love never dies. That bond still keeps us, connected to one another. And we're still a team. So that's what I get. What do you get, Dax?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to answer things in here. And by the way, in the chat, if you're listening, watching us on YouTube and you're in the comment, please don't spam the chat. Okay, put your question once. We'll get to it. Okay. I got the King of Swords for him. And I got to bring my camera back up here so I can see it, So he's showing up as the King of Swords. This is how she's feeling. 5 of Cups. She's feeling the loss of her friend. Apparently it's a friend. I did catch that in the chat. And the message is the same thing you got, Mary, really. I mean, I got the Temperance card.
Wow.
The hope continues, and
I just want to say, I got the King of Swords too. So that's
wow.
That.
Synchronicity. Love it.
And this is, we're asking about a Gemini. Gemini's an air sign. We both get the King of Swords. That's legit, man. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay. Silly comments in the comment section, like somebody in there said something about, recommending a mediumship person. It's like, and she says, why would you trust anyone on a radio show anyhow? Because professional readers are on YouTube and radio shows. That's why. And there was some other comment too in there, something about I love this, and I want to get your comment on this, Mary.
Oh no.
Good readers need names, not birth signs.
Good readers need names, not birth signs. But
I think good readers need what they need, because people read different ways. I use numerology. It's very accurate. It's what I love about it. It's why I don't use sun signs and use.
Well, see, the thing is, it's like this. No, I think it's actually a good question. Because a lot of times you'll have readers out there. You'll have psychics, right? That I don't consider psychics readers, right? I consider
that is a different thing, folks.
Yeah, if somebody's just a straight psychic and they're like, just okay, I'm just psychically going to give you your answer to your question or whatever. Now, you can have also tarot readers that aren't psychic, that aren't astrologers, that aren't numerologists. And they're just reading tarot cards and they're just giving you a reading.
Yeah, that's all you need.
But then you also have, they just need the question. Then you also have tarot readers that are also astrologists and use the two together. And astrology is a system that a lot of, that is inherent in a lot of tarot decks as well. So you're going to have people that read astrologically and they're going to want to know your sign, or they're going to want to know your birth date. It depends if they're going to also do an astrological reading. And you have tarot readers like Dax that are also numerologists that they're going to, be able to also give you your numerology chart, and they're going to need the dates, the numbers in order to do that. So it really depends, and here's the problem. All of us working in all the different ways that we do with all these additional modalities or not, we all get lumped together into the same group so that you have somebody out there who truly believes good readers don't need your birth date. Okay. Because that person obviously thinks we're all the same thing and we all work the same way. And I don't blame them for thinking that way, because I feel like, the media is part of that. I think that there's a lot of reasons that people don't realize how much of a spectrum there is when it comes to getting readings.
Right. And, every reader brings different things to the table. In fact, this is a great segue to our tag team readings. I'm going to talk about that right now because, Mary, you do different things. You work with crystals, with chakras. I work with numerology as well as tarot. You work with
I do Reiki.
Cards, Reiki,
totally.
And if you like the way we read, if you like the mini readings that we do, the two of us together, we call it a tag team reading. You can actually book a private tag team reading with us, and we'll do tarot and oracle cards, numerology, chakra reading, everything and anything we're drawn to, and be able to spend a lot more time than we can, obviously, on the show. So the way to book is you just open a new tab in your browser and type in tagteam.tarottoday.live. There you go.
Awesome.
Okay. So, Mary, back to the phone lines, you think? Or
yeah, why don't we take a call?
We're going to take a call. And then I also have a question from Sajana. I'm butchering her name, I'm sure. And she's talking about her friend. And did I get the money back from my friend? Is she cheating me or not? Yeah, we're going to pull cards on that in a minute. But meanwhile, we're going to go back to the call lines real quick, see who's been waiting the longest. Looks like area code, we have an 805. Caller, are you there?
Oh, I'm here. Hi, how are you? This is Donna. I'm in California.
Hi, Donna.
Hi. What did you want to talk about?
Hi. I wanted to know if it's in my lifetime that I'll be meeting someone and maybe get married, because it hasn't happened my entire life. And I just wanted to know if you're picking up on that.
Oh, trust me. I just met the person that I think that I was supposed to meet like 30 years ago. Now, when I'm almost about to hit
Wow.
60, I'm almost about to hit 60, Donna. So, there's always hope, and you're never too old. It's never too late.
Never too late for love.
Yeah. So let's see what I'm getting here. Oh, Mary. Mary, this is hilarious. I got the Temperance card again, which is literally the card of hope. Did I not just say there's hope? And then I got the
Wow.
Temperance card.
Yes.
Wow. I love the synchronicities on the show today. And by the way, I swear I shuffled the cards a lot, but I still got the Temperance card. So that was really showing you the synchronicities here. I'm looking to see. Okay. I'm not seeing a specific person coming in right this second, Donna. However, I'm as far as doing this as a yes, no, I'm getting yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I'm getting 3 yeses. What that means is it's definitely leaning in that direction. You could really manifest this. But where you're at right now, and I think also why I'm not getting any core cards, I'm not getting any people coming in, is because there's something left to be done. And I really strongly feel that is you yourself working on yourself. It has nothing to do with looking, it has nothing to do with, the guy or gal down the road. It has to do with working on yourself. I tell this to people all the time, especially when they're looking for love. And I say, become the love you want to attract in instead of looking for the love. And you do that by working on yourself and becoming the person, becoming the love that you want to express out, becoming that person yourself, working on yourself. One indicator in the cards here is the 8 of Cups again, which showed up in an earlier reading. Wow, we are getting the date number, Mary, 8, abundance, a lot. And what this card talks about is, moving onward and upward. And cups are emotions. And what's going on in this card is that he has left behind the emotional baggage. So I feel that's one thing that you could work on, Mary. Donna, is that. I said Mary because I was about to say, and Mary, what are you getting?
Oh, yes. What am I getting? Well, look, I think Dax is absolutely right that it's now a good time to work on yourself, because I'm getting the Hanged Man. This isn't happening immediately. And why isn't it happening immediately? He comes up as the King of Wands to me. And he's dealing with he's in this Emperor energy right now. So the Emperor energy, he's like, running something. He could be running a business, and he's like really into that right now. And he's probably not, looking to jump into a relationship right away. But the final card that comes up is the 2 of Cups. So this is going to happen. Work on yourself in the meantime while this guy, kind of, gets out of this, like everything is work mode. And I would say you're talking like probably next year, time frame, probably in the spring is when I would see this coming into fruition for you. So that's a nice chunk of time when you think about it, from now to then, to kind of think about the things that Dax was telling you. Like, what is it that you can let go? What can you do to embody the kind of partner that you want? What kind of, and examine, what kind of partner am I for someone else, and what kind of partner do I hope to be in order to attract the kind of a partner that I want to have. But thanks for the question.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thanks, Donna.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling
Awesome.
in. Awesome sauce. Well, we're at the top of the hour. If we don't get to your question today, remember, we're going to be back on Thursday. taking your phone calls and in the chat with you, and Saturday. But I did want to get to Sajana's question about cheating, and I'm getting no, I am not getting that she's cheating you. Things might be going a little bit slower. I'm getting some nice major arcana cards. The Lover's card shows up again. The Six of Swords, which is slow progress towards a goal, is the general meaning on that. Swords, of course, are thoughts and ideas. So you may be overthinking this a little bit, and it may take a little bit more time if she's got to get money back to you. So we're talking about, okay, so the timing on this is, and you're not going to believe this, Mary, it is yet again our
8.
Number of the day, 8 of Wands. And 8 of Wands is things happening quickly. So you may hear something within the next 8 days. 8 days. It could be 8 hours, but I'm feeling more days on this. And I'm going to look and see if there's other questions. I don't know if you pull cards, but we don't have to both pull cards on every question if you don't want to.
Yeah.
That's
No, I did. It's like I
good.
got the High Priest. The main card is the High Priestess, So saying like, use your intuition with this. The Wheel of Fortune is the other card that came up here. So I do feel like, nothing's indicating like cheating you out of money or anything. It's just kind of maybe needed, a little more time to, get that to you. And also, the energy is going to shift for the better, because I got the Six of Cups as the last card. So that's it.
I got Pentacle
Reconnecting.
cards, coins, the money coming through. I mean, yeah, I think you're overthinking. I don't think she's cheating you or anything like that. So for our last question, real quick, because I missed it earlier, Growing Old with Purpose is one of our members. So guess what? Members get priority, folks. By the way, we hardly ever mention on the show, but this is the official broadcast of the Tarot Guild, which sponsors the show. And the Tarot Guild is a place for enthusiasts, tarot students, and professional readers to have community and band together and discuss and learn. And the premium membership has a lot of great benefits. You can go over to thetarotguild.com and click on join the guild. It's all explained there. And it's $1 a month, folks. It's
$12 for a whole year. So
$12 for a whole year. Yeah.
You have no excuse.
No excuse. And what that one of the main things it allows you to do, once you're a member of the guild, you can get certified through the guild, and you can get you can apply for certification. Also, you're going to get, as a member, $100 off my course. So if you need a tarot course, which is Tarot by the Numbers, is actually tarot and numerology side by side, you can get $100 off when you join the membership. So Growing Old is asking about, can you pull a card or two for me? My question, I had a very strange dream a couple of days ago.
Ooh.
Was the message I got from my guardian angel, or who? Is it something they want me to work on? I love this. This is a really good question.
Oh, I've got some great dream interpretation decks too, but I don't have them handy. I got to do that. I got to have my mediumship and dream cards around.
Yeah, have everything, there. Well, you go first, Mary. You're next. You're up.
Wow.
First.
Yeah, so I just pulled some angel cards here on this, since it's such an unusual question, and I got unusual answers for sure. Was it your guardian angel, or who was it? Well, since I pulled angel cards, it looks like it was an angel. It's kind of funny. It's not funny, but it is sort of funny. I didn't think of that. But these angel cards are all different, so it's interesting. The angel of rescue comes up. So whatever form that would take for you, the idea of like somebody that's able to help you with a problem, The other thing too is like this is an unusual card, the Angel of Sweet Shyness. So it's one of two things. Either this could represent somebody who was like really kind of like had that personality of being like very sweet, but sort of shy, and is just kind of trying to reach out to you through a dream, because that's a way a shy person would reach out anyways. It's not as direct in a sense. It's more subtle. And also, what about your own shyness? That's just
Yeah.
something you should think about. And then the last one is that the angel, believe it or not, the angel of sensuality. Sensuality. So, yeah, a lot of times we confuse the term sensuality with sexuality, right? They're not the same. Sensuality is like the feelingness of it, the sensation of it. So I feel like the dream may not be just the beginning and end of this connection. If somebody's trying to reach to you, you may also have the sensation of being touched on the shoulder or somebody stroking your hair. So pay attention for those signs as well. I think you're going to have a clearer idea of exactly who is reaching out to you. But let's see what Dax got.
Yeah. Well, and it might be the sexual part. I got the 3, the Empress. Yes. And she's holding the baby there, doesn't mean you're pregnant or getting, going to give birth. It could, but it doesn't. What I'm getting with this card is more along the lines of producing something. It's manifesting, creating something. 3 is creativity and communication in numerology. 3, 6, and 9 are the creative and communicative numbers. And the Empress is about that. It's about manifesting. And so what I think is going on with this dream, first of all, let's answer the question about so the person or who was communicating with you is the Queen of Swords. And if you notice in her crown, wings, Mary.
Wings.
So it very well could be your guardian angel. I think ultimately it does not matter whether it's a guide or something like that. I think it's, for me, it's leaning towards guardian angel, but doesn't have to be. The message is more important. I'm getting a lot of 2 cards, which are dealing with balance. And the main thing for me is the 2 of Wands. This is 2 different paths you could be going down. And I feel like somehow that is related to this question, growing old, and it's making that decision, and it's going to require a little bit of research to, yet again, Mary, 8, the number of the day, 8 of coins shows up. Look how he is studying there. He's studying, and working hard on here. So it may require some research, whatever this is, but yeah, it's definitely something they want you to work on. Absolutely.
Thanks for the question.
It's a great question. I love when we get stuff like that. I kind of think it was regarding angel, but when I pulled the Queen of Swords and saw the wings in her crown, I was like, oh geez, I love it. It's like the tarot just winks at you, like, duh, yeah. And it's like, yes, this actually works. Yeah. So she's a grandma, actually. And we remember that from previous conversations. She mentioned her daughter and doing the tarot, and could it be an ancestor? Well, yeah, it could very well be. It would be somebody that was Queen of Swords, Mary, very nurturing, very
smart, clever.
All the are nurturing, but yeah, smart, clever. Who in your past was a female female ancestor? Yeah, that was like that. The wise woman could even be that.
Definitely
as well.
Could be a wise woman. Yeah, just somebody who just carried that energy, and sometimes it depends. We don't always know our ancestral lineage that far back, but there's a great book out there by Daniel Four called Ancestral Medicine if you're interested in learning more about how to connect more directly with your ancestors. And then that
Yes.
could be very helpful too.
And one last message I'm going to leave for everybody is I got my ballot. Everybody vote. Please vote. Your vote does count. In a lot of these things, it's the difference of a handful of votes, man. You know, and in the old days, we used to say our votes didn't count really. And there was a little bit of truth to that because of the dynamic. But the way it is nowadays, every election we've had has gone down to like a few thousand votes, you know. So yeah, everybody, if it, you know, I'm in Arizona, a lot of big races here. If it's coming up for you where you are, please vote. Please vote. Awesome. So here we are at the end of the show. As I said, we will be back on Thursday. So write down the phone number, 714-816-4628. It's good for all of our shows. We'll be back on Thursday. And goodbye, everybody, for now. Bye, Mary.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Dax.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Bye. Good night, John Boy.